Hello and welcome to the Money Marketing Podcast, and welcome to this special series of Weekend Essay podcasts. Join us as we delve into the personal narratives of our editorial team, exploring the intersection of life experiences and financial advice. From triumphs to setbacks, each episode offers a candid glimpse into the journeys that shape our perspectives on money management. Get ready to uncover the human side of finance as we share our stories, insights, and lessons learned along the way. Welcome to the Weekend Essays on the Money Marketing Podcast.
I'm lucky enough to have a dad who's always on it when it comes to finance. Granted, this hasn't stopped me from getting into debt, but 1, my debt is manageable, and 2, I'm not a child anymore, so it's out of his hands. But in this essay, I'm not here to talk about my debt for once. Instead, I'm here to talk about my pension. Ever since I got my first job as an intern, paid £10,000 a year, my dad has drilled into me the importance of paying more into my pension than I'm automatically enrolled on. He and my mum also started a pension for me when I was a child. So at this point, I have what I would consider a pretty healthy pot. Obviously, there are all sorts of factors that affect how much a person will need after they retire. For example, what age they plan to retire, how much they think they'll need per month to lead the lifestyle they want, where they live, how long they reckon they'll live, whether they're still renting, have a mortgage or own a house outright, whether they are single or married to a trustworthy billionaire, whether they opt for drawdown or annuity, what the economy is like when they retire. Some of these factors are controllable, others obviously aren't, and the list is exhaustive, so I'll stop there. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, that I'll retire, or at least semi-retire, at the age of 68. I want a comfortable retirement, and therefore, according to research by Which, will need about £28,000 a year, if I'm in a couple. I'll be living in Bristol or the surrounding area. I'll live until the age of 100, because I have good genes. I'll have a mortgage, I'll be married, but not to a trustworthy billionaire. I'll opt for drawdown, and the economy will be similar to what it is today. My pension contribution is currently 12% of my salary, which is what a lot of organisations want the next government to make the minimum contribution for auto-enrolment. Most pension providers nowadays have an app that allows you to calculate the size of your pot by the time you retire and work out whether you'll have enough. So I checked mine out. Including the state pension, because I trust that it will still exist when I retire, my pot is currently projected to be £336,568, if my contributions remain the same throughout my career. That sounds like a lot to me, but is it enough? If I made all the assumptions I laid out above, it would last until I was 92 years old. If I don't include the state pension, I'll run out of money by the time I'm 81. But I guess I'll want more income when I'm a younger retiree and can decrease this as I get older, so I'll probably be fine, right? Probably is not exactly a relaxing thought. I get sent a lot of press releases and read a lot of articles with estimations for how much one might need to have saved by the time one retires. And it doesn't help that they all have widely varying suggestions. For example, Which suggests a single person will need £20,000 a year for a comfortable retirement, and this means building up a private pension pot of £173,000 if you opt for a drawdown, or £182,000 if you opt for an annuity. In which case I would probably be fine. But the PLSA estimates a single person will need £31,300 for a year for a moderate retirement, and £43,100 for a comfortable retirement. Well, if that's the case, I have no chance. And then how do I know whether I should opt for drawdown or an annuity? It all gets so confusing, there are so many factors to consider, and it's so far in the future that it makes my head hurt. And it's unlikely that my dad will be around when I retire. If he is, he'll be 102, which would be pretty impressive. So he won't be able to come to the rescue, as he often does when it comes to matters of financial guidance. Advisors, please help. For free, though. I'm not very good at thinking about the future, but even I would like slightly more assurance that I won't run out of money in retirement. And this is me painstakingly trying to analyse whether I have enough. Imagine what it's like for thousands of people who don't even think to check their pension before they're approaching retirement, or assume they can rely on the state pension alone, because, after all, the government will look after us, right? To be honest, I can't say I blame them. Don't worry about me, though. I have a watertight backup plan, and it involves that aforementioned trustworthy, preferably 30 years older than me, billionaire. Failing that, I just hope the zombie apocalypse will have happened by then. At least I know how that will pan out for me.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of our weekend essay series. We do hope that you enjoyed it. Please do keep up to date with all our new releases via Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere else you get your podcasts from. You can also keep up to date with all our new content published on the Money Marketing website, as well as our print edition Money Marketing magazine, so make sure to subscribe. Follow us on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and Threads. See you next time.